Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Deadlands. So, today I'm going to be starting off by building a farm here. And if it's not obvious, I'm going to be building a ice farm. And yeah, it's going to be kind of big. Um, but hopefully, once it's working and stuff, I'll be able to generate enough ice to fill like a couple shulker boxes, a single large chest and stuff. And yeah, it's going to have 54 modules. And each bit of scaffolding here is a single module, and there's 25 on both sides. And yeah, I've built up quite a bit of scaffolding here to make the building process a little easier. Should go by pretty quick. But once I'm done building, I'm gonna come back and we can go through kind of a demonstration of how it works. A little bit of explanation too, because there's some weird stuff I'm doing with piston updates. I like my piston updates, butted pistons and stuff. So yeah, we can come back and I can show that off too. Alright, so I've got the ice farm all built up and stuff. It's been running for a while. I was working on some stuff, collecting some bricks, trying to fix, that guy up there it's a little slow, so I'm trying to find a faster way of pushing the blocks down. Um, it's getting a little dark. Don't know if I want to sleep at the moment. We'll get to that in a second because I have a system up there that is pushing the ice over twice a day to prevent the system from breaking, even while it's off. But I think we're getting really close. I guess that's okay at the moment. Might. Alright, we're going to start at the top though. Yeah, so this pushes the ice down once the ice gets to the end here. And then down here, I have a piston. So whenever this water source above the piston turns into ice, the piston will then detect that block update and then push the ice up. And so there's an observer that's right there that's normally one block up. So when that piston activates, it'll, activate this series of pistons and then push the ice over. So yeah, it's not too hard. Then yeah, this is just the off switch. So once the sheet of ice is done, I'm gonna remove this for a moment, just so it doesn't break itself. But yeah, once the ice sheet is done, it'll activate this observer and then push, those slime blocks up, and then activating that observer, powering the piston here, pulling the observer out of the way, so that when ice generates, it doesn't activate this piston. So yeah, that turns off the system. And if it weren't for these, this is just a fix for the moment. There's a little bug that, every once in a while, I think maybe a couple ice blocks will generate pretty quickly, one right after the other. And then this is too slow to handle that. So this piston sometimes won't be able to push all this ice over because maybe the pistons are activated and it just can't push the ice any further. So an ice block will get stuck there, and that will actually prevent the system from working because then this air gap or this water source, its access to the sky is blocked, so it can't produce any more ice at that point. But yeah, I need to get to collecting the ice very shortly, just so the system doesn't break. But even if it does, I can activate the system here using the no blocks here. So should be an easy fix if it does break. Oh yeah, you can see over there. I will just that. Yeah. So that's going to happen with this little fix I have going on at the moment. And yeah, I think that fix was necessary to counteract how slow this portion is. I was trying to fix it by maybe removing the observer and using like a piston block update detector thing. So yeah, this is kind of my original concept. And then yeah, so one thing with the ice, I need the piston to push the block and then reset, which isn't happening here. So I came up with this, and pretty fast, works pretty well. The system I'm using now is a lot slower, and I think yeah that's kind of the main issue. But the problem with this guy is, how do I activate these other pistons? Because this piston isn't really like activated by redstone. It's more of a block update. So it's kind of powering itself or activating itself. So yeah, that makes it challenging to activate like a row of pistons because like here, so with this system, it will power these guys. I have it disconnected at the moment, but say it's connected and the ice comes in to the side here, activates the system, then that piston gets activated. That then updates this guy, so it gets stuck in a loop. So makes detecting the ice a little weird, and then pushing the ice down also weird. So, but then, I was still trying to figure it out, but I came up with a more compact version of that. And yeah. So, cool. But if I can get this system to work here, that would be nice. Otherwise, I may go back to another farm, maybe my concrete farm. I think maybe I have something that could work there. But yeah, I need to get this ice collected, just so I don't get got some ice on the ground over there. I just don't want any extra layers generating. Oh yeah, which one was that? Did it? Yeah, it would have broken the system. So let's turn it back off. There we go. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was talking about with like fixing it. I can manually turn these off if I need to. But yeah, I need to get the layers in so that I can actually collect the ice. Since I'm collecting in 2 layers, so each layer will be made up of like 4 blocks. So like here, be 4 blocks, and then above the slab there's another 4 blocks. In total, that'll be like an 8x8 square, and I'll get, a stack of ice per module here. So that's pretty good. And there's 54 modules again, so a total of 2 shulker boxes or a large chest of ice. So yeah, I'm gonna get that all going, and then I have some bricks here that I'm gonna make into brick, and then maybe work on something at base. So I'm gonna go do that now. So we're back here at spawn or base, and I've stored the ice away. I've collected it and stuff, and it's somewhere out there at the ice farm. Yeah, I have a bunch of materials here that I'm gonna continue working on the building here. And once I get kind of, get this figured out, I can then do the other side. It'll probably look different, but I want to practice on one side first. But in between, me on the ice farm and now, I got a new task, and it's to stock the market. But right now, I don't have like a whole lot. Like, I don't have the infrastructure to really supply the market. So, I think next episode, I'm going to work on some farms. Yeah, like a big one would be the Wither Skeleton farm. so I can get like the nether stars, and I'll also get like a bunch of coal. Yeah, as you can see, I was working on stocking the farm, but it was taking forever to get the skulls, so I decided I'm just going to build the farms next episode. But the reason that I'm working on this task is because I'm very quickly running out of fireworks, and I need to buy some, and they're 12 diamonds. And right now, I only have 10 diamonds stored away, so I can't really buy anything. The only thing I can buy is torches. Or I could buy a cake. I could buy a heart of the sea. But I don't need those things. I need rockets. But the Wither Skeleton farm would, help to supply the stars and the coal for these guys. But yeah. I guess some other farms. I'll need a blaze farm and a gas farm for these guys. I already have the Enderman farm. These take Eyes of Ender, which need blaze powder and ender pearls. I'll need another drowned farm for this. I'm gonna avoid doing like a raid farm. Um, yeah, just coal and soul sand, I think. Don't know about this one yet because I need cows and coal. So, yeah, I need some infrastructure to help supply this thing. I don't know where I will. Well, actually, hold on. I'm getting other thoughts. I'm gonna do a bunch of like auto crafting for this stuff too, so I don't have to manually like craft the rockets and food and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I was trying to get it stocked up so I could, or yeah, get the market stocked up so I could actually buy the rockets, but it's gonna take a while. So I'm trying not to fly around too much. This is all I've got left. So I've gotta get them going. So let's put those away. I need to empty out my inventory first, and then we can come back to this. I might do a little bit of work first, and then jump in, and we'll take a look. Yeah, that's a lot of brick. But don't worry, I'm gonna put like windows. I'm working off of like a reference photo, and it's got like 4 floors here. I think 4 windows across. So I don't think I'm gonna like go off of that exactly. Um, let's see. Let's try to put in some windows. Oh no. Alright. Fly back a little. Is that a good spot to start? Maybe. Let's go over here. How many could I do this? That might be good. And I'm gonna throw in like other blocks like mud and like granite. But right now I'm just trying to get the shape. And we'll focus on texture later. I think that's looking okay. I might add maybe another layer of brick. Maybe another couple. I already added a couple layers so I could fit in this 3rd row of windows. I think it's looking okay. I'm trying to maybe go like use a larger scale so I can maybe fit in a bit more detail at some point. I need to add that top layer. And here we go. So I've got the building almost done. It's, I'm gonna do a little bit more detail, maybe in the windows and stuff, add some lights and some other colors, just to make the windows look a little bit more active. And down here, I've got a little bit, of a room that I can use maybe for a shop or something. And yeah, it's just a facade right now, so nothing going on behind at the moment. So let's back up a little bit, go into FreeCam, and maybe there's a photo. So yeah, here's the reference, and yeah, it's not quite the same. It's very similar. Um, And yeah, if you were to wiki townhouse, this is probably the first photo you'd see. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's looking nice. So over here, I'm thinking about an alleyway, and maybe using this alley to get back here to the wool. Though I don't know how I'm gonna get to the top yet. I'm thinking maybe on the inside of this building, I may put like an elevator or something. I don't know. Over here, I do have a staircase that I could use to go somewhere. Though I think what I'd like to do is just leave it as kind of a fake staircase to nowhere. And then, yeah, I don't know what this building's gonna look like yet, but it'll probably look similar to this, maybe different colors, different shapes and stuff. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, nothing on the side yet. Maybe some windows and like fire escapes and stuff. But yeah, the idea with this guy, the structure, is probably gonna wrap around, come up with something else on the other side. It the idea is that this is my building, so I'm gonna try to build like a number of different looking structures, utilizing a bunch of different blocks. It's my building, so I'm gonna be storing all my building materials up there, up here with the market and stuff. So yeah, probably a big storage area, redstone and stuff. I have started working on it, but it's nowhere near where I want it to use it. So yeah, is that it with this guy? I believe so. So maybe do some cleanup. There is one more thing I want to do. Nothing big. Um, it has to do with the gold farm. I need to go fix something. I've had issues with it, and I had an idea finally to like fix it. It's really simple. Just need to go take the time to do that. Also, I did adjust my render distance and the fog mod. Uh, what mod here? I adjusted these percentages and then the Bobby mod as well. Actually, no, I haven't touched the Bobby mod. I just adjusted the render distance. So if it looks any different than a moment ago, that's why I was adjusting things. I just wanted to see a little bit further out. Um, yeah, and I was thinking maybe the fog mod was kind of affecting the quality of the video. Um, yeah, like the visual quality. So it's more of a test to see if it does affect the quality. All right, I'm gonna go into the Nether now and try to fix the gold farm. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a moment. All right, so I forgot to hit record, but I went ahead and fixed the issue I was having. So before, I have 4 of these rails, or tracks, whatever, and I had 4 minecarts. Um, but I think this design by Ilmango is known to have an issue, at least I think like this, when you stack them right next to each other. So I've noticed that every once in a while I'll start losing minecarts, and that's not great. So I think it had an issue where maybe the minecarts at this point were colliding with each other, and every once in a while I think the minecart would end up here and then get sucked up and then dispensed here. So yeah, I think all I did was remove the 2 tracks here and then just connect them at like you know these 2 at the end. So now that I only have 2 tracks and 2 minecarts, and I think that should be sufficient, picking up everything. I think we're good. I don't see anything getting stuck. So yeah, it was kind of crappy, just losing like losing efficiency after a minecart would disappear. Sometimes they would get stuck in the uh, dispensers here as well. See, but yeah, it looks like it's working now, so I'm just up there AFK, and I let this run for a while. I know I let it run maybe too much because now I don't have any gold. Like in that the hopper here. I think once the gold runs out of this hopper, I have to manually come back and restock it. So yeah. Oh well. That should be easy. But yeah, this side is completely out, and once that hopper is empty, it no longer, like once I start stocking this back up, I need to call that hopper cart back over here. So anyway, that will get fixed. But right now we're doing pretty good. So I've been sitting here for a little while. Ooh, in my head. And yeah, it looks like the carts are good. They're not breaking or disappearing. So I think we're okay to let it go for ever, I guess. So anyway, it is time to wrap up the episode. So what did I manage to do today? Well, I built an ice farm. I did a little bit of building, and I fixed this guy. So in next episode, I'm planning on, building a bunch of farms to help out with my market system so that I can keep it stocked without having to manually do a lot of the work. So, all right. So if you've made it to this part of the episode, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do as you wish. All right. Take care. Have a good day. See ya. Bye bye.